when you need help, when you're out of options, and you need your voice heard. Better call 4.
Weights and Measures kind of works in the background to ensure that anything that's bought and sold by weight or volume is an accurate transaction.
From gas to groceries at your local retailer to treats and livestock at the state fair, the Ohio Department of Agriculture's Division of Weights and Measures is quietly working to ensure equity in the marketplace. I spoke with the division's leader about the process to keep your dollar safe in tonight's Better Call 4.
We primarily focus on scales and meters, things that weigh products or measure products.
If you purchased anything sold by length, weight, or volume,
A lot of people associate us with gas pumps, checking gas pumps.
the Ohio Department of Agriculture's Division of Weights and Measures is likely behind it, checking devices like scales and meters for consistency and accuracy, so you always get what you pay for.
And it also ensures that the business that's selling the product is fairly compensated for the amount they sell.
Products we use every day, like fuel, produce, and milk. And this time of year,
We do a lot of work behind the scenes at the state fair as well.
from floats to fries to tasty take-home treats.
Any booth that's selling bulk items like candy or chocolate by the pound, we do check those scales to ensure that you're getting what you pay for.
Walker took me through the process.
This is an example of a typical retail scale that you would find at any retail setting. It's measuring in pounds, and the product is being sold on a per pound price, so we just make sure that the scale is weighing accurately.
By placing a weight in each corner of the scale to verify that it's within the department's allowed tolerance.
So we want to make sure that no matter where the product is placed on the scale, that the scale is going to accurately read the product.
But product isn't the only thing that holds weight at the state fair.
We help test and certify all the livestock and animal scales that are used in the 4-H shows.
Again, the department puts a weight in each corner of the scale to verify that it's accurate, no matter where the animal stands. Then, if needed, adjustments are made.
We have to ensure that that scale is 100% accurate for those weigh-ins, yeah.
For the buyer, the seller, and every fair goer in between.
Our motto is equity in the marketplace, and we're ensuring that all transactions are accurate.
And Walker tells me if a vendor scale is inaccurate, it's up to the business owner to repair or replacement. In fact, they did find one inaccurate scale at the fair last year. The error was in the buyer's favor, meaning it would have cost the vendor money. So that was taken out of service and replaced. And if you feel like you aren't getting what you pay for, you can take those concerns to the department or to your county auditor's office.